hee hee ho 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 hee ho hee ho hee ho. Hello. I don't know why those noises came out of my mouth. They just felt right. Here we are on a Friday afternoon, ready to get to work. Gonna be doing a bunch of different things because my table's full of resin things, so I'm just trying to diversify a little bit, spend some time doing some other tasks, which I have to do anyway. Yeah, let's get it. Excuse me. Migration. Oh yeah, I was gonna try and do a... Oh no, you know what's wild? I was gonna change my live notification so that my followers could know it was up, but I didn't finish, so all it says is Bun is using. Which is just like, using what? I hope people don't think that I'm on drugs. This is not what I meant. And I don't think I can change the go live notification such that they would get a different one now. It's just gonna say Bun is using. This song is just scratches. The whole thing. I feel like somebody has the suds. Man, oh well. Either way, I'm gonna be doing things. Let's do some things. Freezing. Freezing. Oh yeah. This time, I'm going to move the mic cord so that it doesn't get resin on it. Sorry if this sounds loud. I forgot. Ooh, wait, let's do this. I'm gonna... Sorry. Can I take off the foam? I'm so sorry. Let me turn this off so you don't have to hear this for a second. Put that there for a second. I got resin on it. Ah, but it came off fairly easily. Okay. Oh man, I didn't even turn it off. I said I was gonna turn it off and then I didn't. That's so awkward. We're here now. We're here. I'm gonna turn it to... Ugh, sorry for all of that. That was just a mess. But I knew that if I didn't do it then, I'd forget completely. Like, I wasn't gonna see that again. Okay, so yeah, we've got to do some doming of this guy. And this guy. I think I'm gonna do some weeding because I want to put my name on some plastic so I can put it on trays because I only have this one left. I have QR codes that I need to paint, so I pulled out my paint markers for that. Then I'm gonna make some shakers. I pulled out some mushrooms that I printed recently. In short, it's like it says, it's a menagerie of crafts today. What I did learn was that if I do the alcohol ink in front of other things, then I will surely get ink on those things. So I'm not gonna do that this time. Where do we start? Where do we start? I think... Oh, yeah, and there's painting to do. Okay, wait. So this is all the painting. There's a shaker that needs to be finished. Ooh. Okay, wait. I'm actually not going to do this one. No, I am. Because at some point I'm going to put a bottom layer on this too. I'm going to dome the back because there's gold pieces sticking out and I feel like that would be irritating if it was on the skin. So I'm gonna have to dome both of those sides. But oh yeah, they're here out so that I can put eye screws in them, because I figure if I do it now, then I can just do it and not have to think about it later. I'm gonna dust this mold. Let's do the shaker first. Okay, I guess heat gun, I guess. I need to get my Sharpie. Yeah. Now we're just going to, so this is just some plastic, like it's sold for archival work, but it works fantastic here. Ooh, yikes. We're just gonna we're not gonna use that area because it's got some smudgy stuff on it. We're gonna boop, hold this here. Oh my goodness, please draw a straight line. Please draw a straight line. Ah. Where are my scissors? Ooh, this looks so awkward. Oh gosh. None of these lines are straight. Does this cover the octopus? Now we need to check. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. It doesn't look like there's enough here. We'll see, I guess. We'll see, I guess. I'm not sure. Um, only the purple hearts because it's a purple octopus. Do 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 do. Finishing a shaker. I need an paper towel and some alcohol. I used to use acetone to wipe the Sharpie marker off of the plastic, but I was finding that the acetone was, I guess, melting away at the plastic, or somehow just like not interacting kindly with it. So it was adding a new finish to the plastic that made it less clear. So I stopped doing that. For a while I thought it was something that I was doing, and I didn't realize what I was doing and that I was doing it. I was just sitting there like, why is this happening? And then I noticed, I don't know how I didn't notice that. Just like one day I wiped and I noticed right after I wiped, I saw how messed up it was. So I have to get my UV resin. Where's my UV resin? Oh, it's here. It's here. Boop. I should wear gloves when using it, but I I get lazy sometimes, and instead of wearing gloves, I just try really, really hard not to have it touch me. I'm also trying to be careful not to have it go inside the shaker so that the pieces that I just put in it that are supposed to move around, they won't move around if they get caught by the UV resin that's on the wall. They'll just stay there when I cure it, because it's got UV resin attached now. It's not going anywhere. I'm trying not to add too much because if there's excess UV resin, then it's definitely going to go inside. I'm gonna put more on top of some spots because sometimes that helps it stay down. And kind of create a seal between the resin that's underneath and the resin that's on top. It kind of, I don't know. Maybe it just seeps underneath. I have no idea. What I do know is when I pour some on top after something doesn't look like it fits underneath, it's okay. But we're gonna cure this and then keep moving. And in my opinion, I mean, maybe you can over-cure things, but I just don't think you can over-cure when it comes to these things. So I just let it cure forever. Not forever, but like 20 minutes. I might stop it in the middle just to see how it looks, because if it's in there the whole time, but it still has a hole, then it was kind of just in there doing not what I wanted. Oh my goodness. My jaw felt tight, so I stretched it and then turned my head and it popped in like 10 different places. Ooh, lordy. Okay. Well, while that's doing that, what can I do? We're gonna weed things. Because I don't want to get too involved in something else and then have to stop it in the middle to, ow, Ow, this is pointy. Ew. I just cut my finger. If I start something and then it's ready to be, the shaker's ready to be finished, then I'll have a hard time getting back into it. Usually I fill a bunch of shakers at once, or rather in succession, so that while some are curing I can do other things with the others. But I only had this one that I wanted to do, so... Man. So yesterday I was helping a friend pack up a pod, and today when I'm showering I'm like, what is that? Is that paint? No, it's not paint. It's a whole ass bruise. Like, did I actually work enough to bruise? Did I hit things? Like, what? I don't really bruise easily, so it's just, it was very surprising. I don't even know what I did that could have caused that. I was just lifting boxes. Like, maybe the one box was too heavy and I hit my leg in a way that it wasn't supposed to. I don't know. I'm not gonna do too many of these because I don't want to. Honestly, that's it. I don't want to I don't want to finish the page, even though I kind of do, just so that it's done. I just don't think I'll get that far, and I don't want to come back to this after the shakers are done, or the shaker is done. How? Doop 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 doop. Ah, man, I bent the P. I bent it a little too intensely. You're excused. I'm sitting here, okay, but like also, I don't have any sort of signage or anything that indicates that who I am. So the store was like, yeah, if you have anything that we can just put so that you have a designated corner in the store, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. But I have no idea Like, I don't want to go buy one, and I also don't know what tools I could have that I could use to make one. Did I just put my arm in that? Oh, but I put my arm in that side and I was using that side. Nice, 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 nice. Like, maybe I could use the Cricut and just fucking make every letter gigantic and say I have a sign, but I don't know what I'd put it on. Maybe a recycled box. And just cut off one of the walls. Put the letters on that. It's also like, even if I don't put it there, right? I'm starting to think about selling my stuff at markets. And to do so, I'd like to have some sort of signage so that people know what they're walking up to. I don't know, maybe if I don't have a sign, it'll encourage people to look closer? No, I don't think so. People like to know what they're getting into. Nameless things don't usually get that much attention, or at least in my opinion they don't, because people like to have a name to reference. I don't know. How much time we got? It's been 10 minutes. Let me check. Oh! This is what I was afraid of. I shouldn't have moved them. I freed them. They're free. Okay. Let's inject it and see what happens. I don't want to do this on top of anything in case the oil leaks, because the oil, like, always leaks. Just always leaks. Will surely leak if the thing comes out. Whoa. Okay, and hopefully that's all I have to do with the shaker today. Doop 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 doop. Take this plastic, take this plastic. That's enough for now, honestly. I'm not making anything today, right? I'm just making this tray, so I don't need to have a lot of labels right now. I can do it another day. Where am I gonna keep them? I've just kind of been keeping them in a place that they fall a lot. Yeah, let's keep them there. We're just gonna keep them there. Put all these away. Protect the molds. These are just QR codes for my store, or my link tree. Not my link tree. I say link tree like I say Kleenex, but I don't even say Kleenex. I say tissues. So what I should say is like because I don't know the general word for these. Like multi-linked, my multi-link what's-a-bob? It's a milkshake. Is the company that makes the milkshake. So that's what it is, but just trying to think of the general term. I'm pretty sure that this doesn't fit in the grooves, it only fits here. I think I had to use a paintbrush to get into all of these other spots now that I think about it. But I can do this is broken. Okay. I'm not finishing this one. It's broken. Well, where is it broken? It's broken on the outside. That's not necessarily too bad. It's not too bad. The first time I made these, well, I was gonna say the first time I made these, one thing happened, but actually the first time, the actual first time I made these too thin. And so when I went to go cure them and pull them off the supports, they all snapped. So I learned my lesson. They needed to be thicker. I made them thicker. And I thought that just by having gray as the UV resin that was used in the printer, that it would be enough contrast if I put white on the top. Like, I thought, you know, this gray and this white is enough contrast that you would be able to scan this without painting the black. But what I found was that it isn't. So I spent a bunch of time, like, well, okay. I spent a lot of time painting, but what I actually spent a lot of time doing because of trying to make sure that everything was thick enough and that the depth was okay enough that you could still see the different components of the QR code. Which was fun, just doing a bunch of color stuff. Because, so I was using a program that takes 2D images and turns them into 3D images by looking at the black and white pixels and registering black pixels as 0 and white pixels as 1, and then everything in between just being some sort of depth. You know, so like however tall you want your thing to be, a white pixel would be the highest it can be, and a black pixel would be 0, meaning that there's a hole and not actually any backing there. So I had to do some figuring out to figure out what colors would be good, such that I had enough of a background that I could paint it black, because otherwise they would just be holes in the file. And then also not too high that it was hard to paint them, because that was also something that I was having a hard time with. Just being able to paint them. Let's see if the shaker's done. Hey. I smush like this. No leaks, no holes, no new bubbles. But you know what? I was like, is there a bubble that's just stuck? Yay! Okay. Then the next thing to do is put latex on the back of this so that when I dome it, I don't have issues. And I'm gonna wait to do that until I've put the holes. Oh man, wait. I usually like to do drilling first because I don't like doing it. And because I forgot about it / didn't want to do it, I forgot about it. Really forgot about it. Oh, okay. Not sleeping. Okay, I did the drilling. Won't put the eye screws in until the resin's mixed. Don't know what I'm gonna do with this body. I'm also not gonna do all these QR codes because I don't know if you can see all of them, but there's 16 here because I printed off 2 prints of 8. The thought was to give these to people who placed orders. I'm not getting 16 orders anytime soon. I say that like it's fact, but I can't say that like it's fact. But the way that I've been getting sales, I don't anticipate all of a sudden getting 16. Like, I have a sale running right now. I had a sale running last week for different reasons, but maybe I've gotten one order out of this, which is honestly like cool. I appreciate the sale, you know, it's an order. I'm happy. But it makes me think that people aren't willing to pay the price for the things that I make, and I don't feel like they're overpriced. But I don't know. I'm overthinking things a lot. I overthink things a lot. Either way, I'm making these because I gave a bunch to the store that's the consignment shop that's selling my pieces. And I was like, maybe I should remake some since I don't have any more. Rather they look like lightning strikes. Shut the fuck, yeah, before you make it soon. I break what your mama gave me. I listen to you, yeah. out and out and feeling nobody watching. All in your face when you see it on you popping. Getting to the mood, yeah, I'd rather keep my options. I also like to compare the ones that I've done because sometimes I'll think that I'm finished and look at a previous one and see that I've missed a spot. It's helpful. Man, I really forgot to. I was trying to edit my going live notification and forgot that I didn't finish. So when I pushed that I was live, the notification was like, Bun is using. And I was like, oh gosh. That's all it says? Oh jeez. That doesn't seem like a full sentence, but for some it is, and it means that they're using drugs. And I'm not doing that. Is the outer rim white? No. Oh dude, I forgot to say thank you because I forget because it happens when I'm not streaming. But thank you for the follow. Was Mocha Bees a little? I think. Mocha Bees. Right? I have to look at my. I have to. Mocha? Yeah. Yeah. So I said Mocha Bees a little because that's their Instagram and they also followed me on Instagram. But thank you for the follow. Hope you stick around. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna dome them. First I have to paint them, but I'm gonna dome them. Yeah, because I just feel safer doming things when I've painted them. And then I'm gonna turn them into magnets. Like this one. When I was adding magnets, this one I guess was stuck in some other resin, so it has this weird, like, extra bit on top of it that I haven't been able to peel off. But, yeah, the QR code just goes to my milkshake, the program, the site that I use to have all my links. I was thinking of putting them in orders, which is what I've been doing with them. But, I don't know how much people will scan QR codes if they don't know where they're going. And this doesn't have any indication of where it's going, so I feel like it's not too practical, but it's what I've been thinking of doing, because I mean, it was something that I thought I could do with my 3D printer, because once I got the 3D printer and realized that the reason I got it, I couldn't use it for that. I was trying to find other ways to use it, and was like, maybe I can print QR codes, because so the way that I wanted to use my 3D printer was to print off things and then turn them into molds. But I got a printer not prioritizing that and prioritizing detail, because I thought that having details in the pieces would make the molds easier to pour and everything. However, there are two types of 3D printers really out there. They use two different materials, one being like PLA plastic versus UV resin. UV resin inhibits platinum silicone like it's its job. So I got the 3D printer thinking I was going to make molds out of things that I printed. I don't like using tin cure silicone, so that's the workaround, but I haven't done it because I don't like doing it. So instead I've just been finding other things to do with my 3D printer, like make QR codes, make these mushrooms. I made this axolotl. But I kind of gave up on him because I wanted to paint him one color and then the color didn't come out right. Then I repainted him a different color. Well, no, the idea was to make him be a lavender, like a Dalmatian axolotl, which are lavender bodies with a bunch of spots. But I started putting spots on the axolotl, and somebody said they looked like he took a shotgun to the face. And I was like, yeah, these don't look right, but that's really sad. So I just painted him all one color, and then was like, I don't know what to do with him, but he just sat on my shelf for a while, and I was like, maybe I can make him hollow. So he's just been sitting on my shelf hollow, like this. He doesn't have any sealant on him, so every time I pick him up, glitter comes off, which is why I haven't been touching him too much, but yeah, this is another thing that I thought, maybe I could print miniatures and things. Oh, like my little cat king. Which, like, okay, this little guy took so much time to paint, because I don't really have the patience to paint. I find that I have patience to do a lot of things, but painting really isn't one of them. But I made this little guy. And then I was like, will I ever make one of these again? I don't know, but I love him so much. Like, I thought about putting paint in to paint out his face, but I didn't. Oh my gosh, wait, this is the first time I noticed this because I haven't looked close enough. But if you look, he's got a little tongue sticking out. He's blepping. Ah! He's truly in enjoying the throne. It's great. Yeah, but they're just, I don't know. There's some things that I have patience for, and I say, oh wow, yeah, I guess I do have patience. And then I do other things, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Why is it taking so long? And it's only been like 5 minutes. So I just I try and find ways to make painting as easy as possible or do as little of it as possible. So like literally when I did this, I didn't paint any of these lines with a paintbrush. I just blobbed paint on top and then used a little cat scraper and just this is like a kitchen tool, but it's shaped like a cat, so I bought it. And I just scraped the paint and squeegee it away. With the hopes that it all comes away. Ah. I'm so glad I saw that. There was some stray latex that I guess got on this side of the piece. But yeah, I get really lazy with my painting. I just squeeze paint, scrape it, squeeze paint, scrape it. I tried to get paint pens so I could do things that way, but a lot of my paint, a lot of the lines for the etching are too thin for the paint pens to actually get inside. Like even here, the black doesn't really get into any spot but the largest points of the QR code, so I have to get a tiny paintbrush to finish these. I don't know if it's called anything more than a silicone scraper. I think that's what it would be called if you were looking for it. Because like it can be used for a lot of things in the kitchen. And it's helpful in the kitchen, but I don't cook, so I use it for paint. Paintbrush. Tiny paintbrush. I don't really have any of those left because I haven't cleaned any of them. Bruh, I would love if they came in like the super fine tip. Like this is as fine as they get, but it's probably harder to do. I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I know what people do, what paint companies do and why. But I also feel like this is probably not a, no, this isn't the brush for this. Because why am I getting this rectangle to put in these tiny dots? What's a rectangle to do with dots? Huh? Huh? I need to find a tiny brush. Okay, tiny brush. Okie dokie. I honestly feel like last time I did this, I just forced the paint pen into this. I think I might have just done that and been like, fuck it. Actually, let me see what the tip looks like. Yeah, I definitely did that. I definitely did that. So. This is the tiniest brush I own, and it's still so big for these spots. But that's kind of why okay, so part of the reason I did the white first is because I have to do 2 coats of it anyway because of it being over top of gray resin. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to cover all of this with white again. And then we'll be okay. Ooh. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about nail art brushes, but those are definitely thin enough. I should get some of those. Because I had some back in my... You know, people laugh at me when I say back in my youth, because I'm 26. Like I'm not old. But my body says it is, so my body acts like it's old. My patience is short for younger people. Like I'm old. That's not true. I like younger people sometimes, but for the most part, I've always been friends with like older people because I don't know. Kids always laughed at the like most ridiculous things to me. And just be like, ah, you said but. And I have friends that still laugh at that. But man, I don't know. I don't know. I know I'm not old, but sometimes I like to think in my youth, there were times when I was younger, you know, so it's still my youth. But in those times, I used to do nail art. I actually like doing nail art a lot. Um, because I'd grow my nails out all the time, I just didn't know what to do with them. I would just paint them and call it a day. But then, when people really started doing tutorials and things, ooh, I got onto that wave real quick. Like, real quick. Started doing water marbles, gradients, all that shit. But, adding stickers and things. Just having a ball. But I forgot about nail art brushes. Those would be definitely helpful here. They're super tiny for detail work on a nail. Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, this is so messy. I must have. I cannot believe that I did that, but I must have because the way that this is so messy, like, yes, I'm not being the cleanest, but even if I was, this brush is so... It's the smallest one I have, and it's still causing this issue, so I must have just shoved the paint pen into this and said, you know what, I don't use it for anything else, so if it suffers here, this is where it should suffer. Let's see. Uh, I have no idea. These are both messy situations, so I can't say which one I confidently did. I do know that this paint pen is destroyed, whether I used it the way I am now or not. Ooh, this is so messy. So messy. So what I do is I just put paint in all the spots then try and be a little bit delicate about how I go back over with the white paint so that I don't put white paint back into the spots I just covered, because very often white paint will just go back into the little dots. But otherwise, that's a sort of done. Well, not really. It's not done. I forgot this part. Oh, wait, Sunstone, since you're here, do you see the Marvin? He looks like he's together, but he's not. I made another one, but like this one is... this is the one that broke. I was trying to hand it to someone and it fell out of my hand, and then it hit the floor and it was in two pieces. And I was like, oh no! No! I don't... Let's see. I think so. Like this is the whole design. This is the point at which it broke, right? Like look how tiny this neck is. It's so thin. The legs are also this thin. And I did a doming layer with the platinum clear as well, because I wanted it to be thin and I thought it'd be easier to get into these thin areas. It still didn't really cover those spots. It peeled away and stayed on the feet and the body and on the head, but it didn't really stay and connect on these thinner parts either. So it might not even be like double layered at this point, at the points where it snapped. But yeah, it's and there, I was looking all over for bubbles that might be doing things that might be like really nasty and fucking up the piece. There isn't any. Especially because I use platinum clear, and that shit is so low viscosity that a lot of bubbles just disappear on their own. I don't have to do anything. So I don't know. I have no idea what happened or why. I'm hoping that it's the design and not the resin, because I've made other things with the resin and I'm hoping that they're not fragile. But a lot of the other things that I've made have been a completely different design, or like trays or something, so those are fairly substantial. And don't really have weak points because they're trays for use. So I don't know. Yeah, I think that was maybe my second time doming with it. The first time I domed with it, I liked it because it made a thin layer. Like, oh yeah, okay. I don't know if you can see, but this magnet I domed with platinum clear, and this one I domed with total boat. To me, this one's thicker, but that's because I can see it. I can't tell if maybe it's hard to see that this one is thicker. Oh yeah, that way. Yeah. Yes. I hope none of them break, but I do hope to hear about the results of how they handle on concrete, because yeah, but like you said earlier, you do... Oh, geez, I always hit this table. Like you said earlier, you do a lot of designs that are pretty, like, simple shapes that don't have a lot of, like, pokey bits coming off, or, like, extra details that might snap. So, I don't know. I don't know. It was nice to dome these because also there was just a lot more bubbles in Total Boat, so you can see weird bubbles in the cat, whereas you don't see them with this one. And it also just makes the magnet not as heavy, so I might continue to dome at least the magnets with this, and maybe not other pieces that I need to make sure will be strong. Because magnets aren't really doing anything but going on a fridge. Like, people aren't... I mean, they drop, but still, this is a sturdy shape. And I don't even think... I've never had something chip. Like, if it breaks, it breaks. Something's never, like, fallen off of it. That's something to worry about. Ugh, man. Yeah, so that's my Marvin. I made another one with Total Boat, and already, like, I shouldn't have done that. Sorry for screaming. I just dropped it on the floor. Like, it feels stronger. I was gonna say it looks stronger because I dropped it once before and it didn't break. This one broke into 3 pieces. I should not have done that. I hadn't put a doming layer on it or anything. I don't know where his other foot is. Oh no. This design is killing me. You know, yeah, I try not to scream in the mic. I try not to scream, period, but it happens. Fuck, I cannot believe I just did that thinking it'd be okay. I don't know where his other foot is. Oh my goodness. I might just have to have these be heads and not the whole body, because they're definitely gonna break at the head, if not the legs. I might just have to make these little keychains of just his head, sand off his neck or something. This is... Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. I should not have done that. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if I can cut this off without it being an issue. Okay, cool. And just like that, Marvin has no neck. He does not need a neck, for he is a head. And that's how that's gonna be. I'm so upset, but I understand the mold. I mean, so one, the character, just the body. I don't know, cartoons don't like having characters with body proportions that make sense. So, if anything, this just makes me wonder how Marvin the Martian was keeping his head afloat at any point in his life. Because his neck is so tiny. I don't know, does Mars have different gravity such that his head would float without needing to worry about it just collapsing under the pressure? His neck just collapsing under pressure? Because I just know, because even then Marvin the Martian was on Earth. So, if anything, that would definitely have messed up his head. Who knows? Anyway. I'm not gonna pour into this mold again for a while, because that was... sad. I really don't know where his other foot is. I have to go find it. Where did you fly? Oh. Okay, no, he's not something I can find really easily. I have not, my floor isn't completely full of things, but there's enough on the floor that if something falls, I have to do a little bit of searching, a little bit of a scavenger hunt. Everything has a place on the floor, but that means that there isn't really space for things that don't have a place on the floor. Man, poor Marvin. The thing is, too, okay, so like the Marvin was a request and custom. Oh no! They wanted to make Marvin the Martian for someone they had a crush on. And so they paid for the mold and for me to make them one. So I kind of need it to work out. I just don't know. I don't know what approach to take right now because the design is so weak. I'm not quite sure what to do about that one. Like at all? Because I can't really, I don't know of a way to reinforce his neck. Other than just doming him, which is what I tried to do the first time. I should not have just dropped him before I domed him. I don't know what I was thinking with that one. I guess I just thought that Total Boat would be able to handle it for no reason whatsoever, like... I don't spend my time dropping my pieces on the floor. I probably should, so that I know if they're gonna break like that. Like, I should be doing more like what you're doing, Mo, but I think I fear that if they break, I'll be upset, but I think I'd rather I was upset than someone who bought something from me. Being like, no, it's broken. Oh, that made me think, oh no, the table. It's broken. I don't understand how you get to a situation where you think to stack bricks on a glass table. I just don't know how you get there. It really reminds me that kids just do some big wild shit. And like, it's cool. I don't want to squander a kid's imagination or creativity, but I don't want them destroying furniture. Glass tables are expensive. Also, where'd they get all those bricks? Like, I just... so many things. A clear backer. Oh, you mean just like putting him on something else? Just so that he's not... Just so he's not by himself, like in a... Like, I don't know, like putting him in a larger mold? Ooh, that's a messy one. A clear backer. I guess, yeah, I'm wondering what you mean by a clear backer, because I don't know what you mean by that. I thought I was gonna have more words to explain what I didn't mean, what I didn't understand, but I actually just like... What... In my mind, a backer would be the shape of him. But then you said a spacey shape, so now I'm like, wait. So... Yeah, what is a clear backer? What does that mean? I am lost in words right now. I probably know what you mean, I just have never called it that because I don't use words like people use words. I'll just throw words around and I'll just have different meanings for them or different words for them. thinking Jetsons? What about the Jetsons? Wait. Okay. I hope you can find a pic. I think that I have links available, so if it's like a Google image or something, I should be able to open it. But yeah, I'm trying to think of, because well, so today for the first time, I was like, oh wow, when I was watching your stream, another thing that never really occurred to me but makes total sense. You can put feet on the back of a piece so that it's raised. And that can help with weird spots on the bottom that just happen from warping or unlevel things or just extra shit that happens. Having feet on the bottom of a tray so that it still works like a tray. It sounds like a dope idea. I'm so lazy with my painting. Yes. Okay, but like, what would it be made of? What are you thinking that the backer would be made of? Like, is it just a circle of, like a circle of resin? That you then attach him to? Or is it, like a piece of plastic or cardboard or like, how does this, because when you're saying that makes sense. Like I could just put him, if I made like a Mars looking shape or something underneath him and put it on something, then he would have something to support his neck and legs. But what would that look like? What could I put? Yeah, I don't know. Cause like, okay. Also, I don't know, in my mind, it'll be a lot larger if I put a backer on him. But it doesn't necessarily have to be the entirety of his body. It really only has to cover and protect his legs and his neck. So if it was just something that covered this part of his body, then that'd be fine. Ooh, my arm has been so itchy lately. I know why, but it just sucks. It just sucks. I now have plastic in my body, and my body is like, what the fuck did you just do? What is this? Why is it here? And then this is how it's telling me it doesn't like what happened. Like, look, dummy. I don't remember telling you that plastic was something that lives in the body. So we're gonna try and make you scratch it out. Get this gone. And apparently, the itching will subside over a couple months. But it also could come back randomly. And I'm not really one that gets itchy. I know that doesn't sound like it makes sense, but I don't really get itches very often. I don't have a lot of allergies. The only really allergic reaction I have is to cut grass, so I try not to sit on grass. But I don't know, like, if I get itchy, I put on lotion and then it's gone. I have like stress-induced eczema that I get on my neck sometimes, and so if I'm not paying attention, I will scratch at it because it's itchy, but it's eczema, so it's really not going away. It's just like a stress-induced thing. The only way to get rid of it is to just not be stressed and not scratch it. So I've tried for a lot of my life, if I'm itchy, not to scratch it, but to just put like lotion or anti-itch cream on it. And usually it works, but with this bitch, it doesn't want to do it. It doesn't want to do it. A metal wire through his neck. Ooh. Ooh. That's an idea. Oh, yeah, no, nothing's wrong. I just got birth control, that's all. That's all. I got birth control, and so now it's like, okay, birth control is cool and all, but, my body is mad at me. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. If anything, things are better. Because I haven't had it long enough for it to know what it's going to do to my menstrual cycle yet, but if I have less cramps or any sort of like decrease in my menstrual experience, it'll be a win-win, because I've had the worst cramps that happen, and not the full time. If it happened the whole time, I'd be like, okay, I can get used to this, but it only happens for a couple days. And it happens really intensely, and I'm like, well, fuck, this sucks. And then it just disappears. So if this can help with that, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. And for me, so like, I don't know. It's not like I'm reckless or nothing in that I am afraid that I could get pregnant at any time. But life, it scares you into thinking immaculate conception is real. Or you watch things like I didn't know I was pregnant, and then someone's at a theme park toilet shitting out a baby. So every once in a while I get scared and think, is this me? And my menstrual cycle tells me, you know what? That's not you. You're fertile, but you're not that fertile. And I say, thank you, body. Thank you. And that's how that happens. I just realized that maybe all of this is TMI, because who wants to talk about my menstrual cycle? But you know what? I already talked enough about it, and now I'm gonna stop. How's everybody else doing on this Friday afternoon? All that because my arm is itchy, but it's so bad. It's so bad. I really don't get itchy, and so the fact that it's happening, I'm just focused on it way too much. Blah. I need something to put this paint in. I might just pour it into here and then accept that it's gonna make a mess. Hello! Yes! We painting QRs. We're doing a lot of things today, but right now we're painting QRs. Oh, you might have missed it, Mo, because I don't know when you came in, but I filled this shaker today with my little octopus. This is another one of the shakers that I got from, actually, I think it is Little Feet on, no, maybe it's not Little Feet on Etsy. It's something else. But Little Feet, this is another one that I got. I put little hearts inside. Yeah. I don't like fine line work. I don't. This is my tiniest brush, and it's a pain in the ass. And I make a large mess, and then I go back over it with the white paint and cover up all the mess. At least I think I can do that. Let's check. Let's check that I can do that. Isn't this octopus precious though? Yeah, I finished filling him at the beginning of the stream and then cured him. I guess I've been meaning to ask, but didn't quite know like how to ask. What part of the process intimidates you? Because it is like a lot of different intricate steps, but what part of making shakers is the part that really makes you go, ooh, I don't want to do this right now? Because it can't be the pouring of the body, because the pouring of the body, you get really cool shapes. And I've also seen you pour the body of shakers, so I know that you do it. So I wonder what part of the step is kind of the scary part. Is it the filling? The sealing? Making sure you have the right plastic, or actually it might be right. You were talking about how you have been looking for a non-toxic UV resin. I remember that, and I'm not even, yeah, I don't know if I haven't seen one. And I also have no idea what other approaches you could use to make sure that everything is closed appropriately. Oh, yeah. The filling part, yeah. So, like, that kind of makes me think of, so part of the reason I didn't like glitter growing up, well, I thought I just didn't like glitter growing up, right? And then I realized it's not that I don't like glitter, it's that I don't like the cleanup. And so once I learned how to clean up glitter better, I didn't feel too bad. So I think that's kind of what happened with me in a lot of places, just recognizing that it was a matter of knowing how to clean it, having the patience to clean it. For me, I just let the oil drip. I just let the oil drip and then use a little alcohol, because alcohol oh, but you don't use alcohol because you use flames. I remember now. I use alcohol to clean up glitter. I use it to clean up UV resin, and also just like oil that's excessive. But if you're not using you're not using alcohol because you use flame, let's see what else. There are different approaches you could do for that as well. I feel like it would just take a lot of paper towels or something to wipe up the oil mess. So there's gotta be something. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could probably do that. The closet work area. Is that where you were today? I just it's not funny, but in my mind it's funny because I keep imagining you in like these really tiny places just trying to do all of this and just being like, where do I turn? How do I turn? How do I in my mind then being like, oh, excuse me, but talking to other inanimate objects in the space because you're just like, oh, pardon me. That's when you say, because also you work in your attic for the resin things and your closet for this closet work area for the what's it called, the like finishing stuff. It's It's a literal closet. So you can say excuse me to the clothes and coats. I mean, it's not even that I'm judging or anything because it's not like I have a better situation. I'm working in my kitchen and I kind of have as much space as a closet because I just keep I keep the chair where it is, and if I back up too much I hit something. If I go to my right, I'm at my sink. If I go to my left, I'm at my front door. Like, I don't I just try to make the most of what space I have. Like, even I don't know, I was saying this maybe yesterday, my dining table is not a dining table anymore. It's literally just a home for all my crafts. And I say all my crafts and that's a lie, because really it's only a home for my resin things and my clay things. All my beading is in my bedroom, because beads are smaller and they take up less space. But I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, I wish people had more space to do the things that they wanted to do. Kinda wanna just like, it doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna say something random and ridiculous just to be like squatting in an abandoned house to do my resin things, just to have the ventilation and the extra space, just pull up a table, you know, my leveling board, just let it happen. But then you'd have to have a good amount of time to let it cure before. You'd have to like abandon it maybe for a little bit, come back to it and hope that it was still there. Oh man, ideas. There's so many vacant houses. What if they were actually crafting studios? Yes. Yes. Craft share space. You know, I mean, there are like workspaces. They're maker spaces, I think is what they're called. Maker spaces. That are kind of like, what's the word for, like hacker spaces? Hacker spaces where people can come to code. It's the same as that, but it's got equipment for making things. And even sometimes if you go into the right hacker space, you might still find all the equipment of a maker space. Like there was one that I went to in Maryland that had a bunch of CNC machines, right? That's what CNC routers. And also just like a bunch of, maybe a 3D printer. Someone made, I don't know why this sticks out in my head, but someone made a door stop that said hold the door, and it just took me back. Took me back to Game of Thrones. And that shit hurt. It just hurt. Oh door! Oh door! Ah. Ah. But yeah. I mean, makerspaces are really cool. They're really cool. There are some in my area too. It's just that they cost money, right? Like I get it. You have to fund the materials to have the machines and everything, and repairs and utilities and rent and all of these things, but they're like hundreds of dollars a month to be a member of the makerspace. And as much as I'd love to have that accessibility, I'm not making hundreds of dollars to spend this way. So I don't. Would it be? It's also like, honestly, I was thinking about it before I got the 3D printer, because I was like, what if I just went to a makerspace and used their 3D printer? But at the end of the day, the 3D printer I got was the same as like a month's rent at one of those makerspaces. So yeah. There's one that's here that does so much. They have like metalwork, lasers, not lasers, like, sorry, not lasers, and I have to go outside. Man, you're not lying. Going outside is a fucking trip. I thought about doing it today and then was like, why? Why? I put on clothes and everything. I was like, let me just. And then as I was getting my bag to leave the house, I was like, do I really need to do this? And the answer was, no. And just like that, I didn't go outside. Um, but this not lasers. They don't have lasers, and maybe they do. But what I'm talking about is neon. They have a studio where you can learn to make like neon signs, which is super cool. And like leatherworking, glasswork. What else is there? There's like there's a bike repair shop, ceramics. It's a very cool space. It's still hundreds of dollars a month to be there. But the other thing, it feels what you said about going outside is really the issue though, because all of these maker spaces have opportunities to volunteer for hours. So if you just do work in the space over some amount of time, then you will have done the equivalency of the month's rent or the month's membership. But it requires me to go there regularly and help them. And I just want to go do the things I want to do. I don't want to help people like that. Not because I don't like helping people. Helping people is cool. But I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it soon because it'd be cool to have a 3D printer that did larger things. Because my printer's cool. It's really only good for small things. But it's in the works. It's been in the works for like 2 months, a month maybe 2 months. I don't know when the messages started, but I've been talking to Lee from Explorativity because she has a 3D printer and she uses it to make molds because she was smart and got the one that can be used to make molds. But I had an idea and I was like, maybe I can make this real. And here it is, coming to life. She's printed off all the pieces, I think. But then because I asked for something else that had nothing to do with that part of the order, I have to wait for that thing to come now. But the other thing about having a printer, that's true. My mom's library has like 2 different 3D printers, maybe 3 even. Such that like the what's it called? The county was borrowing them for things during the pandemic to make masks, something or others. Maybe mask covers, I don't know, something related to masks. They were making them on the 3D printer. So they took one of the printers and my mom was gonna help me print things using that printer. She brought it home and it was like, it's not working. They're like, so they used your printer and didn't give it back to you in functioning condition? The answer is yes. Yes, they did. Because they changed the nozzle without giving the nozzle back or doing anything to fix it that way. So they just used it and gave it back. Messed up. But yeah, it's really neat. She's actually, this is something she made for me. Hold on. I messed it up because I tried to put like a layer of UV resin on it to try and cover the print lines. But she made me this so she made me one before that was a lot thinner because it was supposed to be a bookmark. But when I tried to bend the arms, to go behind the paper, they snapped. um, so she made me a thicker one. And then I don't know how, but at some point I broke her leg, so I used UV resin to fix her leg. But yeah, I got a little garnet, and I just keep her sitting on my shelf because I don't really have a use for her other than her being pretty. Beep 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 beep. Because my mom knows that Garnet is my favorite. Garnet is my favorite. I'm not gonna say favorite character ever, but really fucking close. I don't have a favorite character ever because that would imply that, you know, there's one above all of them, and they all have their place in their show. Like, if you take them out of the context, what can they stand alone? Can they be amazing just by themselves? Absolutely. Now I think about it. But the context of the show really amplifies how you feel about them. For me, Garnet, I don't know, man. Garnet is like a queer icon in my opinion. Maybe not to other people, but I hope so, cause I don't see how not. The whole show, Steven Universe, is all one big gay space rock, you know? Just a bunch of gay space rocks. And it's fantastic. But I feel like of all of the gay space rocks in that show, Garnet is the one that's the most gay. And that's because Garnet's literally a fusion, like a perma fusion. They barely separate. Like, their love is so strong, it keeps them together in a state that is Garnet. Damn near, like, their love is, their connection and compatibility and existence as one is all due to them being themselves and loving each other so deeply that they can just exist this way forever. Like, there are definitely episodes where Garnet is split into Sapphire and Ruby because they actually aren't on the same wavelength, and that's always an interesting time to see them split. But, whew. Sometimes I just go back and I just watch the show because everything about it makes me happy. Everything about it. You get your conspiracies, you know, you get your space elements, you get your fighting elements, character development. Because something about the show was, you sit there and you think that the crystal gems, the main, like, I don't know, what's the word for them? Gems? They're gems. They're just gems. They're gems. You can tell when they've gone through something because they've changed the way that they look. Like, at the end of the day, everything that we perceive about the crystal gems is what they want us to see about them, because they are representations. They're just light representations of their embodiment projected from the gem. So as the characters learn about themselves, feel differently about themselves, they change the way that they are projecting because they truly feel different and want you to know they feel different. And it's cool to me. I guess it's kind of makes me think of just in general, like gender presentation and how it is to, how we wear what we want and think about how it's perceived or we don't and all that shit. I don't know. I just think about these things sometimes. And all the songs in that show, whew. Just good things. Just good things. I like shows that can make you laugh and cry. I like the duality. I like the happy tears, the sad tears, all the tears. Yeah. 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 I'm saying, like, those songs. Ooh. Those songs. If I could begin to be everything you think of me, I would do about anything. I could even learn how to love. Like, something about, like, what's it go? Something about they can't be good because the other person's so good and they're nothing like them. Like, just thinking about how we look at the people in our life and appreciate them, but also feel like we don't deserve them sometimes because they're so damn good. So damn good. Good people in your life is good stuff. Oh, this is something that honestly, I don't know why I thought of just now, but also thought about earlier this week and wondered if it's something that also impacts here. Because it was just a random attachment that I made that was like, oh, maybe this means something here. In general, for like my existence on this planet, I'm not great at verbal affirmations or kind of putting people in a place where they know that they are accepted or supported or just in general appreciated by me. So sometimes people that I love, people that are friends, people in my community, anybody, they doubt that I care because I don't show it as well or don't verbalize it in a way that people understand. So I wonder, I guess in my mind I was thinking, I don't really verbalize or say anything, really express the gratitude that I have from just like having people watch my streams and engaging with me and asking questions and following or just being cool people here. It's not that I take it for granted, it's more that I just don't say thank you very often because I'm weird like that. Grew up that way. It's not like we weren't told to say thank you or anything. It's just that we were more told that some of the things that we do were expected of us. And so saying thank you for it is nice, but not necessarily expected. And that is not to say that I expect or think that your presence here is a given, because I know that it's a choice. Straight up in this thought process I was having, I wanted to say something like, I know you all have a lot of choices when you come to Twitch, and I really appreciate you coming to my little corner. But then when I said it, I felt like I was Southwest, because that's something that a lot of airlines say at the end of the flight, like, we know you have a lot of options and we're so glad you chose us. And I didn't want to sound like an airline, but it's how I feel. Like, I know that there are so many people streaming like at all times, and I just really appreciate when people come to my corner, because I am not trying too hard to make this corner necessarily appealing to anybody, which is only partially true. Like, I did put in work in the overlay and trying to make this setup so that you guys could see things instead of trying to look over my left-handedness. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I appreciate when people find this corner and stick around and follow, or just like stay for one, and that's fine too, because like really it's I understand that there really are so many things that you could be looking at. And it's not that I don't want to downplay the stuff that I do, but it's not like I regularly think of interesting stories to have or anything. Like, I'll just be sitting here doing things la-di-daing. And not necessarily, it's not that I forget that you're here. It's just that I'm so in the zone with the crafting that I just get into it. And a lot of things when I focus, I don't really talk. Because talking and focusing is not ideal for me. I'll start a sentence, I'll forget the sentence. I so regularly forget sentences. Oh my goodness. It's so bad. Go there. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. Okay, now I have to figure out how to put this paint back in here cleanly. Can I just dump it? Will it be okay? This is the lid of it, so it's not... Maybe if I open it this way? It's not really enough, and there's not pressure to do it, so I don't even... This was not the best idea. I don't quite know what I'm gonna do for this. I need to get it out of here. I'm really just trying to push it through the school. This is not a good system. I don't want to make more of a mess. This is so weird. This is so weird. Ooh. This is gonna be such a pain next time I open it. I'm gonna be like, why is this so messy? And I won't remember that I did this to myself. Ugh, this is a mess. Oh no! Oh no! No coffee or spicy food for 2 weeks? Oh no! I mean, so like my life, that doesn't affect me because I don't really eat spicy foods because I can't. My mouth is weak. And I'm more of a tea person. But is this from your lip piercing? They told you not to have any spicy things for it? I guess that makes sense. Like, oh, that probably hurts so much. Spicy food with a new piercing? There have been a few times that I thought about getting a lip piercing, and then was like, I fiddle with my lips too much. I feel like I'd probably either immediately get an infection, or it would drift away from where it was supposed to be and then like cause issues to my teeth. Fuck. My tiny brush. You're gonna do it anyway? I mean, it's your body, right? Like, they tell you what to do to protect you because they know it's probably not ideal, but you know your body better than they do, so kind of like with Owl just stretching their septum by putting in the bigger jewelry. I mean, you know what you can handle, and either you find out that having the Samyang was not the good idea, or you say, you know, that wasn't too bad and I'm gonna do it again cause I gotta get my spicy Samyang. Man, you know, there was a lot of talk of ramen before, and I haven't had noodles in a very long time now that I think about it, and that's not normal for me. The real question is, bro, that was scary. I was like, and they really did anticipate my question, because I was like, I wonder how long it took them to stretch to that. And they said we did it in one night. Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. I was like, wait, I started stretching my ears last year because I like to get body modifications, and usually I've been getting tattoos, but tattoos were kind of cost prohibitive lately because with the pandemic, a lot of places are increasing their protocols and getting new equipment that decreases blood spatter, and, you know, reducing the number of visits that they have in a day so that there's not as much traffic. But that means you have to book at least a half a day, whether you're getting a half a day's worth of tattoos. And the time that you spent was also more expensive because it offset the costs of the new equipment. So I have not been getting tattoos, and it's been a hard life. Because I have a whole Excel spreadsheet of things I want to get tattooed because I am my daddy's daughter. And Excel spreadsheets help me organize my thoughts. So last year I was like, oh gosh, I can't get tattoos right now. What do I do? What do I do? And I was like, you know what? I've been avoiding this just because I was afraid of the pain or like not having appropriate jewelry or something. But all I have to do is research, go to the right website, and get the stuff I need to stretch my ears. So I started that process last year and had a goal that I was getting to, a goal size of 2 gauge, because there were some earrings that were glow-in-the-dark cats, and I wanted to fit those. And then when I got to that size, I was like, wow, this is great, but the prettier jewelries and zeros and double zeros, the larger you get, the more designs that there are. That's not true. They're kind of like, depending on, I feel like there are a lot of designs in like 18 and 16 because a lot of different piercings are that size. But as you start to stretch, there's like this weird in between when you get into like just straight up measurements and the double digits. If you get into like the 4s and 6s and things, I just wasn't finding as much cool jewelry. And then I started thinking, you know what, that's okay, I'll just go to 0. Oh, hey, Popo, I didn't see, I'm not looking at the chat. Hello. Oh, shit. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I have a lot. I mean, I have tattoos because before the pandemic, like I said, I was getting them, and I had a studio that I really liked. But then tattoos became really expensive. They were always expensive, but they became even more expensive for me. And I wasn't I wasn't getting a lot of color things because I don't particularly like color tattoos, and also have this like general doubt that people will be able to tattoo colorful tattoos on my skin. So I have to do more research on that front, and I don't do research on that front, so I haven't gotten many colorful tattoos. But I do have this milkshake. Which like was almost an impulse, but not completely an impulse. This artist is someone that has done other things on my body, and was like, and they posted this this realistic like milkshake, and I was like, oh, what? And it was kind of deconstructed. Oh no! Did you try? Did it work? I don't know if your phone can scan it from here. Can you scan it for me? That would be wild. I mean, so I know that I have to paint it for it to even be recognized and have some sort of contrast, because otherwise, if I just paint the white and leave it gray, it's not enough contrast. But I didn't think you'd be able to scan it. I didn't think you'd be able to scan it on stream like that. That's, if you can, that's hilarious. If you can't, I understand why you can't as well, because that'd be wild. It didn't work. Okay, yeah. But the QR code, I mean, thank you for scanning it, because in my mind, I don't know, I think that I was raised very skeptical of things, and so I'm not really one, and I also was raised in a time where cybersecurity was real serious, so was, like, it isn't still, but people were really like, don't open emails from strangers, beware of phishing scams, blah blah blah, because, and they'd have like training that we had to look at every year to make sure that people knew not to open emails that were from people they didn't know or had suspicious links that you wouldn't expect to get from this person. And, you know, every year. Wait. I was saying you're saying things, and then I look at the chat and I'm like, oh wait, no, we're having completely separate conversations. Because you're talking about emojis. I'm not good with the emotes. I'm just not. I forget about them, and then I'm like, I want more, but I don't know how to get them, because I actually don't. I don't know how emotes work. I feel like you have to be in a special club. Not a special club, but you know what I mean. Like, you have to be subscribed or something. I don't know. Things. As much as I stream on here, as much as I watch other people stream on here, I don't know things about this place. This website's confusing sometimes. It took me forever to figure out how to make clips. But it happened. And then I learned that clips are super short, and then I learned about highlights. But you know, I've been trying to find like good clips of my streams and turning them into highlights so that so the streams don't disappear completely. But I don't know. I feel like I would appreciate if, I don't know what I'd appreciate. Some sort of something. I'd appreciate something that, I don't know. I think I need to get better about just, dropping markers in the stream when I think that I'm saying something that maybe someone else would like to hear later. But like I said, sometimes Sometimes I get so focused on the crafting, I forget to talk, let alone put a marker. So, and then of course when I'm talking, I'm getting really invested in just engaged in the talking. So when am I supposed to put a stream marker down? Oh, which reminds me. Yeah, wouldn't we all just love something? That just reminded me, and I don't know how I got there, but I did. I just remembered that I was gonna try bingo today. Oh no, I got white there. I wasn't supposed to. I hope it still scans. Let me check. Ooh, you can set a hotkey? Yeah, okay. That's. Oh! No, I was doing so good. I hate the camera. Oh, how long has it been? 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours in. Not too bad. Not too bad. I was doing so well. I was just reminded I was gonna try and do bingo. How do I? Boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. I was so good. It was so good. 2 hours in and I hadn't hit it. I was doing so well. Damn! Damn! Okay. Okay. What was I looking for? What was I looking for? Yes. Oh, I don't need my phone for this. I was trying to think I needed my phone for this, but I can use this instead. I need to open up Stream Manager. Yeah. Oh, what bingo is? Or what is? Sorry, I don't know what is. You were gonna ask what is, Sinstone. I... Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. How do I go to... That's what I want to do. Yeah, Stream Manager. Okay, so what I've learned is... How do I do it? Okay, what I've learned is through extensions. That, because, I don't know. So I was looking to change things about my stream. And was looking at different, like, overlays maybe I could switch to. But I was like, no, I really like my overlay. I'd like to change the color of it maybe, but... That's another day. But then I was looking at other extensions because I got rid of the dragon that was floating and some other things because honestly a lot of what they needed were bits and I can't receive bits from any of you guys. So bingo's in the corner? Oh, you can see it? I didn't know that. How does it show up on here? How did this show up on the stream? How do I... Where does it show up? Bingo shows up in the corner so you can see it's happening even if it's not happening yet? I didn't know that. Well, either way, I learned that there was an extension for bingo and I was like, oh shit, I love bingo. What's it look like? How do you do it? And the gist of it is you create some events, and then as the events happen on stream, you call them, people put them on cards, and then when you get bingo, you get bingo. What happens when someone gets bingo? I think bragging rights. I don't have any like prize system established or anything because I didn't know if that was something that could exist, honestly. I had my phone out so I could see if this scanned. Now that's... Man, I get so distracted. Let's see if this scans. You know, scan. Oh, that's right. I can't just take a camera. I have to do QR scanner. Because Apple products, you can just be like, camera, take a picture of this. Androids, you gotta be like, make it happen, Captain. Make it happen, Captain. This one does not scan. Does this one scan? This one scans. This one was okay, but this one wasn't, so I need to fix it. Right? Yeah. No matter what distance I put this at, it does not scan. So, it needs assistance. Yeah, but so the bingo, you set up events, and then as the events happen, you call them, people get bingo. I just haven't started it / known how to... The thing is, to start it and have it work, someone has to call the events. So either a moderator comes in and does that for me, or I both do the stream, also recognize the events happening, call them, and all that shit. And like I said, I have difficulty even just marking things that I think would be funny in my stream, let alone saying, oh yes, this is an event to call. I also don't know how to, not how, I don't know what the cards look like. Like, do they have numbers on them? Do they have the events on them? Because I don't remember all the events that I typed in there. Well, actually, there's a way to figure this out. We could just try it, huh? What do I have to do? Create game? Can I select all? Yes. Select all. And then... yeah, create game? What happens now? New game of bingo! Okay. Okay. I don't know. There are 28 different events on and the cards are 5x5, so there are like 3 extras. I'm thinking of other things to add, but I'm not sure. If you guys have suggestions, that's totally fine. Some of them are just things that were already here that I kept. Some of them I didn't keep because I didn't see the reason to. But I don't know. If you guys can see the cards, what do they look like? Because in the extension when they were explaining it, it just had numbers. Oh, so you can see the events? Okay. You can see the events. Some of them I made, some of them I did not. Some of them, one of them was like, starts randomly singing, and I was like, I don't do that, let me turn that off. And then I was like, what am I talking about? I randomly sing meow songs, I'll be beep booping. So I kept it. The other one that was in there died in game, and I was like, man, I could delete this one, but I die so often. It's just almost a freebie on the thing. And of course I had to put that I hit the camera. Yes, mic migration. That's so at least maybe like 80% of my streams there's a mic migration because I have to move from the crafting station to my desktop when I've done all the crafting and go on to gaming, or vice versa, go to gaming to crafting. That's the mic migration. Usually I sing it in some way, shape, or form, or just be like, mic migration, and then keep it moving, cause yeah. Cause the mic has to migrate. I need to fix this, and I don't know what part needs fixing. How much different is this one that it's not okay? Right there? There's a lot of white that shouldn't be there. Is that it? Also here. Here looks a little weird. Maybe a toothpick will help? Now does it scan? Let's see, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. No? Really? What's the difference between this one and this one? Now this one won't scan? Wait. Nope, this one scans. What about this one? What's also annoying is once you open the scan QR scanner, QR code, it only allows you to do it once. So you have to go back to the thing to be like, scan another one, please. Huh. I don't know what's up with this one. I got a beep boop. Oh no. You got a beep boop. Is bun is now bun bot. It's been called. For I am in fact robot bun. Yeah, I guess if I don't necessarily remember that it's an event, if you guys call it out and let me know, then I'll make it happen. Maybe it just needs another coat of white to add contrast, because these guys look brighter than this one. Man. If bingo works out, that'd be cool, because I'm always... bingo is maybe one of my favorite, like... I don't want to say it's one of my favorite games because I was gonna say I don't play it a lot, but do you have to play something a lot for it to be your favorite? Because if that were the case, Apex would be my favorite game. And that's just not fucking true. It's just not. I play it a lot, but I don't... It's one of those things where I guess I'm a masochist and that I hate it, but I play it so often because I love to hate it. I don't know. I've been told many a time that I'm a hater, and I accept that about myself. I am a critical person. I have a lot to say about things. Sometimes it's not all positive. But I don't know. I like bingo because you never really know if you're gonna win. You just pick a card and hope it works out for you. I like games that are due to chance, like actually due to chance, as opposed to games that have chance elements, but at the end of the day still required strategy. Like card games, not card games where it's like solitaire or like hearts, but card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! or Magic the Gathering, things like that, where you have decks that you strategically create. Deck building games, those stress me out. Because, like, yes, there's chance because you never know what card's gonna come up, but you also have an idea of what you own and what you wanted to happen, so I don't know. What's wrong with WoW? Haven't you been playing WoW? What kind of games are you after? Because a lot of the games I play are simulation games. A lot of, I just like to find a game where I can succeed at life. It's not to say that I'm not succeeding now, but don't you ever just want to think, man, I made a lot of money today selling carrots. that's kind of that's the kind of game I like playing. And then I spend the money to upgrade my house so that I can hold more carrots. Or use the money to uh, upgrade my tools so that I can till more soil so I can grow more carrots. Heart of the Cards? Yeah. See, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not my game. I'm not a deck builder. I really am not a deck builder. But I do really I like playing hearts, spades, like games with cards. But I don't know. I hope this scans now. Let's check it. Oh yeah, Heart of the Cards. Oh yeah. Oh, did I? Oh, you said Heart of the Cards. I was like, did I say Heart of the Cards? No. Popo said Heart of the Cards. Heart of the Cards. Sounds like I mean, like, yes, I guess I need the Heart of the Cards. But also, I'm not a TV show and it never works out like that for me. Scan, please. Will you scan now? No. No? Why? Is it because it's the wrong... Why? What's different about this one? This one scans just fine. What the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna have to do some real... spot the difference here. This one's actually even messier than this one. That's confusing. This one's actually not as neat as this one, so now I'm very confused. Maybe it's because the paint hasn't dried yet? Let's see what this one does. Yeah, it might be because the paint hasn't dried and it's getting maybe a little bit too much reflection, so it's hard to notice the contrast. Like the black paint is actually becoming a little bit white just because of the light reflecting on it. And maybe that's why it's having a difficulty scanning, because these two are wet and these are the ones that it wasn't scanning well. But it scanned these two just fine. So that must be what's up. I'm hoping that's what's up, because otherwise I really don't know what I did differently. They look the same to me now. You know what's weird? It's not really weird. I was just thinking about, man, last time I played bingo was in a bingo hall. Like, I actually went to a bingo hall because I wanted to see what that was about. And it was cool, but you had to buy everything. And I get it, you gotta make money somewhere, but I was like, wait. You're trying to tell me I need to have my own dabber? I can't just, like, rent a dabber for a quick day? No, I had to buy that shit. It's mine now. Do I use it for anything else? Absolutely not. I don't even know where it is anymore. Cause what am I gonna do with it? I don't play bingo. It's not... I don't have a special dabber that I take with me to bingo halls. It was just that I went once and wanted to see what it was about. And I think you had to pay for admission too. It was just like, they found, it was kind of like a bowling alley where if you don't have the things you need, you have to buy them. But they also charge you for the space, which is kind of how they charge you per lane. Yeah, I guess that's kind of I guess that's the comparison I can make that makes it seem not as bad as I was thinking it was, because it's a recreational activity that's being hosted in a space, and you don't have all the equipment for it. And since it's not a public event, or like a publicly coordinated thing, like it's not government sponsored, it's not like it's going to be a free, accessible event. It makes sense. I just didn't want to have to pay for a dabber because the thing was like $6, $7. It was wild. Man, I just want to know if there will actually be a stream that I don't hit the camera. I just... Is it possible? Is it in my future? Okay. That's all the painting I wanted to do, right? Because Nope. That's why I put them over here. This is a custom design that I got from the acrylic cottage because I love Gudetama and the lazy egg. And so I have this now. But I feel not necessarily bad, but I'm scared to try and sell them because I don't want Sanrio up my ass. So I've really just been making them, maybe giving them as gifts sometimes, but really just making them to like them because I like seeing what I can make with them. But I don't want Sanrio up my ass. Because I'm using their and I'm not even, okay, so it's also that I'm not using their complete shape, you know, because Elisa was like, copyright things, I'm gonna make it look a little bit different. So, you know, it's more of a fan art thing instead of actually the image of Gudetama. So maybe I'd be okay to do it because it's not actually him, it's just someone, it's like an egg that looks very similar to him. It's like a budget Gudetama. He doesn't have the same eyes. But because of that, yeah, I've just been afraid. I've just been like, maybe not, maybe not. Should have waited longer for the paint to really dry because it's just coming out of there, but okay. And then I like painting the egg white and then his body yellow. So I'm going to get my paints. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they are very similar, but that's the thing, right? As long as you can say, I did not use his image, trace it, and like then make something from it. You in fact made your own thing, or you made something that looks very similar but isn't it. Then I think you're okay. But also, I don't know. He bought 3. So, you know, he might have said it was modeled, yeah, okay, but he understood. He understood that even if it's modeled or not modeled, it's a quality design. It's so good. Boop. Yellow. Oh. Time to get the tiny brush going again. JK, I don't have to use the tiny brush this time. I'm just gonna paint like this. Boop, boop. Oh no, but I have to... Oh no. I was just gonna paint Lottie dying, but I don't want to make his eyes yellow. Or his mouth. I don't even know why I bought this brush, because what am I going to do with this flat guy? It's just like a paint to paint with. I don't need these kind of angles. I don't know, but also, would it be an issue because you didn't make that design, you bought it? Does it, at the end, does it come back to you still? I guess you're selling something with the design, but you bought that mold from someone else, so wouldn't it be more their copyright infringement thing than yours? That's another thing I just thought about. Like, if you buy like the Marvin the Martian mold, this is very evidently not like anything. This is very evidently Marvin, like down to all the details of his body and everything. This is him. So that's a Warner Brothers thing, yeah? Looney Tunes. So could they get on me for this even though it wasn't my mold? I bought it from somebody? Because I'm making things from it, and that's what matters, as opposed to the like original, not like a Fender, but like a Fender. That's how they'd see it, but I don't see it that way, you know what I mean? Just, do they get everybody or just the person that made the idea? Yeah, I'm not sure either, but I don't want to fingers crossed that never has to be something I figure out for myself in that way, you know? That it just stays something I nebulously never am sure of, and hope that it doesn't actually impact me. That's where I'm going with that one, because yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be as careful as possible, not really doing too many designs of things that are owned by other people. But I also definitely have one of Cinnamoroll because, I don't know, man, Sanrio characters just have those good lines, good vibes. But Sanrio also doesn't like replying to emails or giving people permission to use their products because they just like catching people on the other end. I've only seen people talking about how they've gotten caught by Sanrio. Never anyone saying they've got a contract with Sanrio. Never seen anybody that says these are exclusively acceptable Sanrio things. I've seen people have like exclusive Disney things, which I don't even know if those are okay. Like, I don't know if they have permission or if Disney's cool with that, but I've seen that at least. But I haven't really seen people advertising Sanrio things like that. Me. I hate that noise. Iggy boy. Iggy boy. Ooh. Ooh. I just got the notification that Gothic is streaming. I didn't know they do cosplay things. That's really cool. Now I kind of want to see what they're making. I might have to look at that. Because I'm very curious. They said they're making a staff? But that could mean a lot of things. Like a lot of characters and a lot of things have staffs. So now I'm V curious. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah. I also made these so they're supposed to be earrings, but I feel like the shape, they're more keychainy. They lend themselves to be keychains. I'm honestly sitting here thinking maybe instead of doing more crafting, I'll just like put up Gothic stream. I'm so curious to see what they make. I think I went to try and see what they stream, but I don't know if there were any videos or I don't know. I get distracted sometimes and don't know if I did the things I thought I was gonna do. But I feel like I went to go see what Gothic does and I couldn't find anything. Maybe they hadn't streamed recently, or maybe I'm forgetting that they did and I didn't look. I have no idea. But now I'm curious. Put the paintbrush down. Okay. This is another thing I don't really know about hosting or raiding. I feel like I kind of understand raiding in that when your stream ends, you like send the people watching your stream somewhere else. Is that the same with hosting? What's the difference between the two? Can hosting happen at any time, but raiding is like actively directing people? Whereas hosting, they're actually still watching your stream, they're just watching somebody else stream through your stream? Bruh, why are these not filling with paint? They're not filling with paint because they're not holes. They didn't pour appropriately, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. Fine. Whatever. Fine. I'm gonna wash my hands. Oy! Ah! Okay, thought I was just gonna wash my hands, but I didn't, because the minute I stood up, my body was like, oh, you're taking a break? How about you go to the bathroom? So, you know what that means? Not I lied, but your girl went to the toilet. Put it on your card. Honestly, also, I need to drink water, so it's a water break too. Because I haven't been drinking any water because I had this mask on my face. Why did I have the mask on my face? I wasn't doing anything but painting. Why did I have a mask on my face? I think it was from the UV resin. I think it was from me having the UV resin and not taking it off because I forget. But golly. Did I not make water break? Yeah, I did. Water break. Boop. And just like that. 3 things on the card. But yeah, no, I definitely didn't need to be wearing the mask that whole time. I just was, and now I really shouldn't be doing that because, like I said, it really messes with how much water I take in because I just forget. But, okay, let's see what we have here. I painted these. I'm not going to paint the rest of these. Mushrooms. I had this as an example. Then I'm gonna latex these 3 things. Do I latex these too? Do I care? I don't think I do, because last time I made these, I actually just sanded the back because they have all these little pock marks from the supports from when they were 3D printed. So I like to sand them so they don't look like that, even if you can't see the back. And I try to get these as smooth as possible too. I just don't sand them because it's just a lot of round shapes that I'm afraid if I start sanding I'll make them look really awkward. Like I'll just sand off too much and then it'll be really thin or weird in a spot that I don't want it to be. So instead I just take flush cutters and try and cut it as flush as possible. But I don't know, something about the way that the bottom is. So I print them something like this, or maybe like a little bit like on an angle. But where they're most in contact with the supports, they always do this weird thing that I don't like. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I could probably redo the supports so it didn't do that. And I probably will, actually. Because for the most part, I just use the auto supports because they work fairly well. But sometimes I have to go in and edit them so that they're not. Sometimes the support length, not support length, you can modulate anything about the 3D print that you want, right? The supports can be, you can modify every part of the support, the tip that comes in contact, the center part that doesn't, and then the bottom that comes in contact with the base or the raft that's at the bottom. You don't always have to have a raft, but I always keep a raft just to keep it on something. But some of the supports, if they're at a weird, like, delicate detail point, the depth of the support will be thicker than the piece even is, so the support will go straight through and you'll see it on both ends. So I have to modulate those supports and make them smaller and shallower. But that also means that they're less likely to support the piece because they're not as deeply connected, they're not as widely connected. So I try not to do that too often, but it's helpful for small pieces. Yeah, but I might have to do it. I might have to fiddle with these supports. At first, honestly, so I'd already fiddled with this design once. How did I fiddle with it first? I don't remember. I did something to it. But it looks like I might have to do more. I got distracted. I was saying something about what I modified, like the first thing I did, but I couldn't remember. And then also I looked and there's so many like pieces of dust and hair on this mushroom that I don't know where they came from. If they came from my hands, then I'm worried because they're not on any of the other mushrooms. And this is the only one I've been handling. So I'm confused. I don't know. But do I paint them right now? Is the real question. I pulled them out here like I was going to. It's already 6:40, which is insane to me. I didn't realize how long it takes to do these things. So soon enough I'm going to have to stop because it's dinner night with the bae, with the partner. So I don't know where we're eating, but we usually eat around 7:30, and it's closer to that than I thought it was. So I don't think I'll be getting to the resin today, which is unfortunate. I'll have to do it tomorrow. But I finished the shaker, which means I can dome it tomorrow if I put latex on it today, as I remember. What else can I do? What else can I do with this time? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think I might do the mushrooms because it'll be easier to stop those in the middle if time goes too quickly. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, because the resin will take time and I don't know all the things I want to do with it yet, so yeah. We'll just take these guys. move them all, because if I keep them here, they're gonna get alcohol ink on them, and I don't want that. Where's the latex? Okay, wait. So did I just kick the camera because I felt my foot hit something, but I think it hit the table and not the camera? Did the camera move? I have no idea. I'm going to take this silence as an indication that I did not hit the camera and celebrate that. Because I definitely thought I did. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I've been reusing this stick, and I guess because of that, there's a lot of old latex on here that kind of just comes off in chunks or makes it weird to spread the latex. But otherwise, it's not too bad. Ah! Ah! My hand. It was not able to hold this delicately like I wanted. It's totally fine. It's totally fine, because if you were away from your phone and no one else said anything, I'm gonna understand / accept that it didn't happen. I figured if it really happened, Popo would have said something. Because he always catches me. I was also checking because I made it one of the bingo events, so like if it was something that happened, then I gotta call it. But if it didn't happen, then it didn't exist, and then I don't have to call anything except my memory. To call my memory to keep up with what's happening. You know, it's not that you suck, it's that I don't have enough events that are happening, you know? I've put things in there thinking, yeah, I'll probably do that in the stream. Yeah, I'll probably do that in the stream. They're not all really happening, which is cool. I gotta say, the only time I hit the camera was before the bingo started. If I hit it again, it's damn near inevitable, but if maybe it won't. Maybe it won't happen. Oh, you know, also, I have a question. So, with the Platinum Clear, usually, well, okay, before Platinum Clear from the epoxy resin store, I was able to pour things the night before and then wake up in the morning. Well, not like morning, but like if I poured something at 5, I could wake up at 10 and be able to pull it out of the mold because it would be cured to hardness. Maybe not to completely cured, but cured to hardness. With Platinum Clear, I'm finding that if I pour things the night before and wake up in the morning, they're still flexible. And I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, or if it's just that I'm not waiting long enough because I'm used to resins curing faster. Because even with, so Platinum Clear is one that takes 3 days to cure, right? The previous one that I used that did that would cure to hardness, but before I woke up. So I guess I'm wondering if there was something else that I did that could have impacted this. Because let me... Yeah, okay, because like I poured this yesterday. It came out really cool, but when I tried to pull it out of the mold, it was so bendy. And I should have kept it in the mold at that point, but I didn't. I just kept working to get it out of the mold. And then, like, pushed it up against a table to make it flat again. But I don't know. The more I use this resin, the more I'm like, gosh, the benefits, do they outweigh the costs? Like, granted, it's cheaper than a lot of resins at this price, at that price point, or not price point, but like that volume. Like a gallon is $60 compared to $130 for some other resins. But oh, you painted some at the 24-hour mark. What happened? If you paint prior to it being cured, does the paint just adhere to more than it's supposed to? This mold is actually, okay, this design is something that I got from Elisa as a mystery blank. Not mystery, but it was like a made-for-you snowflake. She was making snowflakes for December. And so she made me this one, and then she also made me, and she also made this one. And so, like, first I saw this one and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I saw the eye one and I was like, oh, damn, that's cool. And then I looked back at this one and I was like, wait a second, there's curves here. Did she give me an octopus? And then I counted 8 and I was like, she gave me an octopus snowflake. Oh, oh, oh. So I haven't used either of these molds too much. This is the second time I've poured into this. Because I'm not completely sure what to do with them. They're not completely, like, they're not good coasters, right? And I guess maybe I could put a jump ring or something through one of these holes. But otherwise, I don't know. Maybe I drill it into it? I have no idea. I just know they're cool. Which is also why I haven't made too many of them. I'm not sure what to do with them. They are a nice size for hanging. And I think it'd be cool if they were hanging in, like, a window. But also, putting resin near sunlight is not ideal for many reasons. You know, it'll yellow. If it's too hot, it'll melt the resin. Because as much as it cures, if you give it enough heat, it'll soften back up again. So I don't know. Maybe it could be like an ornament. I don't know. Huh. I wonder though. So you were saying that the paint absorbed into the resin. I wonder. So, did I pour Total Boat into this one? No. I tried to cast this one with Platinum Clear and then added a bunch of alcohol ink, and it was bendy as fuck. Um, and I was like, okay, so what I've learned today is that it can't tolerate alcohol ink like Total Boat. Good to know. Um, why did I bring that up? But then when I was painting it, it was very hard to remove some of the paint. Like I was scrubbing. Had to use a wet paper towel. Had to do a lot of different things to get this off, and it's still not off in some places. So yeah, maybe it was that I painted it too soon. Huh. Which is good to know because I didn't particularly think of it too soon. I did, which is why when things are curing, I don't paint them until I think that they've cured, but I guess. No, but I waited so long. Not so long, but like, I waited 3 days. I waited 3 days before painting this. I don't know. I have no idea. Isn't she great? I love these molds. These are from Crafted by Moni. I think her name is Natalie, but her Instagram is Crafted by Moni. And she sold these Zodiac cards. I have this one. And then I also have this one. And then I'll have to bring out the mold for the other one because I don't have her. But I was like, oh man, I don't know what it is. I don't particularly. When it comes to astrology, I have mixed feelings. I don't like when people make assumptions or have these preconceived notions of somebody else because they know their sign. And I also don't like when people think that they've observed enough of your behavior that they can just say they know your sign. Either way, it's just. But that's all other people's engagement with me in zodiac and astrology. For me personally, I don't know. It's not that I don't believe it, because I think that there's definitely similarities between people, and I don't see why it couldn't exist in some sort of time-dependent manner. Um, I think that, and it's like with anything, right? It has as much power as you give it. So if you believe it and you allow it to believe and be a part of your life, then that's fine. If you say it and then you're like, oh no, this isn't anything, that's also fine. This is a Pisces one. But yeah, something about zodiac symbols, I like that they are represented by animals, that they also have constellations, because space. I like that. I don't know. I don't know. Something about astrology. I like them without completely liking them because I don't like things that tell me what I am. But I also understand that they can't tell me who I am. They can just give me suggestions about how to do something today. And that can be based on when I was born, or it could be based on literally anything. So why not be based on when I was born? But these are the 3 that I bought because if I bought all of them, I would be very broke. And I picked the ones that I liked the most. And also, because I'm a Gemini, I always get the Gemini thing. Especially because I always find that the Gemini design is cool. Because in any other like it's double the fun. No matter what the design is or concept that the person is going for with their astrology molds or pieces or whatever, there's always some sort of duality that's on the Gemini object, because there's duality. That's just how it is. And people are like, Gemini two-faced. I don't know. I don't feel two-faced. I feel like I'm pretty straightforward about my face. I don't know. I just like the idea of this one because I like to think of it. It's also that there's duality in literally everything, right? Like, ooh, Geminis are different because they have two things going on. Like, no person is any one thing anyway. So what is this issue? I think it comes from people wanting consistency in their life and not having it, and thinking that, if you do too many things, or if you split up or do have duality in your life in that way, then maybe you can't get everything done that you need to get done. But like, oh, fuck. I definitely felt the camera hit my head. I was leaning over so much. Anybody verify that? Because I definitely wasn't looking at the camera to see if it did it, but I definitely felt the camera. Where is the bingo? And so it begins. So I hit the camera. But anyway, these are the designs I have. Oh yeah, and then there's the cats, right? I made a lot of these cats. I'm probably gonna keep making these cats because guys, these fucking cats. Look at the Gemini staring into the mirror. So yeah, and then the Scorpio doing a little yoga. It's just good. I just love the thought that was put into each design, that it represents the sign just enough, but also represents cats. It's like, this cat, it looks maybe like they were scooping up the water, but nah, this looks like this cat knocked over this cup. Said, fuck that. Cup? Up? Oh, okay, I guess I didn't put all the magnets on in the same orientation. Ooh. Are you a Scorpio? I don't know. I mean, that's how you could take it. I don't know. Maybe it's I have no idea. In my mind, people attribute like hypersexuality to Scorpios. But I don't think the cat was trying to be hypersexual and doing yoga. And also, what else is attributed to Scorpios in a way that they are erratic. Not erratic, but like you never know what you're gonna get with a Scorpio. And I feel like that's why a lot of my friends are Scorpios. Because you never know what you're gonna get. So because at the same time, you never know what you're gonna get with me. You'd like to know. You really would. But I don't even know what I'm gonna do today. So how could you know? And that's where the fun comes in. I don't know. Do Scorpios need to chill? I feel like they chill fairly often. Yeah, I mean, are they doing yoga because they need to chill? Maybe. What other designs were there? We can go look at them because, oh wait, let's see. Yeah, it's 7. Time is passing a lot faster than I thought, so I'm probably not going to do the mushrooms either. I might do those tomorrow because time and I'm talking and not doing things. And with every minute that passes, I'm getting closer and closer to eating food. Which is exciting, because food. But it also means I can't do crafting things, which is not exciting. I like crafting things. But we can spend a little time looking at the other ones, because they were so cute. Oh! I just realized that I was going to try and talk to you from my desktop without having the mic, so you know what time it is. Boop boop doop doop doop. Mic migration. Bloop. And then we open over here. We click the stream manager. Can I open it here, please? Stream manager, so that I may click the thingy for the mic migration. Bingo. How do I... Oh wait, I probably didn't even need to do any of that because I could have just done this, yeah? Yeah, I could have just done this. Bloop, bloop. Mic migration. But it didn't call. It didn't show up in the chat. Why didn't it show up in the chat? It called but didn't show up? Man, bingo is fun. I wish I was, I need to either add more events that happen more frequently or just like do more of the things that I say I'm gonna do on the stream. I have no idea. Something, maybe a combination of the two. But we're gonna open and then look for the boop 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 kitties creations. Kitties creations. No. Why are you not giving me the shop? Give me the shop. What? You hear singing? Did I sing? Did I sing? Yikes. I ain't paying attention. Yikes. How did I kitty creations? Creations? Maybe it's not spelled with 2 K's. I thought it was kitty creations with K's. It is! Wait. Where is... Okay, this is making me confused. I am confusion. Okay. Wait, it is Kitty's Creations. They're both K's, and there are Z's in between. Oh no, it's not on your card? Yeah, okay, so the cards do show you the events. It doesn't just have numbers. That's good because I thought it was just, or maybe it does. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is the Zodiac kitties. And then also, oh gosh, have you seen this creator before? Cuz I recently saw them and now I guess I'm saying this like you can see what I'm talking about. You're not looking at my screen. I'm looking at my screen. Have you seen this creator before? Because I saw them maybe this week. They're new to me now. But everything they make is fantastic. They've got these ducks with knives, and those aren't the only animals they give knives to. You got penguins, you got foxes, you got otters. Just good stuff. Gotta make it's right up my alley. It's cute aggression, which is how I live. This is a bow made of tentacles. Like some of these are just wild. The spider egg, like this is a cool design, but it terrifies me. But it's so cool looking. But it's really about these little killer guys. Because the fact that whoa, a tentacle donut. First, okay, so I don't know if it's clear yet to you guys, but I really love tentacles. I love tentacle creatures. I think they're cool. And so when I find a creator that does a lot of tentacle things, it's just like it's a little present because not everybody does tentacle things all the time. Or they'll do them in a very like cute way. And yes, tentacles can be cute. They come on cute animals. But sometimes they're not so cute. Sometimes they rip in things. Oh, I've seen this tray before. I haven't seen it by this person, but I have seen this tray design before. From Metagenetic Art. I've seen this tray. But anyway, these are the Zodiac cats, and we're gonna look at all of them together because they're great together. They've got a Scorpio. Let's see if I can zoomeroni. Oh yeah, zoomeroni. Can I make it even bigger? Make big. There. We got the Scorpio one, the Libra one, the Sagittarius. These are all the ones that you have seen, for I have them. There's the Gemini one. There's the Cancer one, which I can't quite tell what the Cancer's doing. Oh, they're running away because there's a crab on their tail. The lion cat for Leo. Give a little bit of a horn for the Aries. And also horns for Taurus, but also seated because Taurus is a very grounded sign. Real chill. Pisces has a little fish in their mouth. Virgo, I can't see what the Virgo is doing. It looks like they're looking back at you with a flower crown. Okay. Yeah, I think that's also why I didn't get all of them, because as much as they all are representative of the signs, some of them are not as representative of the signs. Capricorn, like look at this fish cat. It's adorable. Some of them are more adorable in that they are cats with horns. But I want them to be doing more, I guess. I want them to be doing action things like the Pisces holding the fish. So I didn't get those. I got the ones that I liked the mostest and felt like they were doing something because I like action. This cat, this murder cat that says, "What?" They're just funny. It's funny stuff. Oh, and they make just really beautiful molds. Like, look at this mold. I don't often do multicolor pours because I don't really have a reason. I think I'm simple like that. I'll pour one color, maybe I'll pour another color, but not at the same time. It'll be more of a layered effect. I think I'll do that though sometimes with silicone, which is what they're doing here with molds, but because silicone has a longer working time, if I mix some silicone but don't have enough, I can pour and do some cool things with it. But otherwise, yeah, not really. I don't really do too many multicolor things. Honestly, this one, shut the fuck up. As in shut the fuck up, but not because it's all not that. It literally says shut the fuck up. It's good stuff. He's like, oh, maybe it's explicit, but maybe it's just words. What do these words mean? Oh. I'll never forget, because my grandma was hilarious for this one. I gave her one of my Fight Me, like little, as a charm. I just put it on a jump ring, and she wears it as a necklace, and she was like, what does Fight Me mean? She thought it was a reference to something. There was some contextual reference to it. I was like, no, Grandma. It just means fight me. It means put up the dukes. Let's rumble. And she was like, oh my gosh. Also, have you seen Ralph? Have you seen Ralph the Wizard? 'Cause just cute. But anyway, I'm not in a position to buy molds until people are buying things from me, essentially, because I need to not. I'm so good at enabling myself to buy new things because they excite me and are cool. But I have to remember I also need to buy groceries. So I can't just do all the things that I'd like to do. I have to be a little bit more fiscally responsible, you know? This little Baphomet keychain mold, like they're just good things here. I just haven't spent money on them yet because, well, I did. I got the Zodiac kitties, but I can't get everything and anything that I wanted. One day, maybe, in a world where I have enough money to do all the things I want. Ooh, whoa, look at this. Whoa. Fuck. Am I favoriting this artist? Am I favoriting this shop yet? Oh, thank goodness I'm favoring the shop. Whew, close one. I thought I was gonna have to do that and miss things later. I don't know. Yeah, window shopping for new molds is great. I love looking at new molds. But honestly, right now, all the molds that I want to make are things that are not existing. I want to ask somebody to make them for me. Like, not the molds themselves, but the blanks, so that I can make the molds. Which is even more costly than just buying the mold, because it's the blank too. It's the idea, it's all of it coming together. But I don't know, I've been really... Oh my gosh, hi! Thanks for the tentacle, love. I appreciate you. I forgot what I was saying. That's my best friend. Hi, best friend. How's it going? I really forgot what I was saying. Damn, it had something to do with blanks. Yes, blanks. Making them. All the ideas I have are for trays. Trays are very expensive because they're large. And I don't have large tray money right now, but those are the things that I want to do, because I have a lot of phrases and things that I like to say that people keep saying, oh, this should be somewhere. Oh, this is nice. Even the tray that I have that says pain and joy are eternal tides, love is the shore that remains. Someone saw that and was like, I thought this was from a book that I was supposed to read in school. And I was like, nah. It's just me and my friends talking about our feelings and trying to understand that feelings come and go. But you know what doesn't come and go? Our love for ourselves, our love for others. Which I guess you could say is a feeling, but when I'm like emotions, moods, you can be happy, you can be sad, you can love through all of that. And in remembering that, it can be centering a little bit. Be like, okay, things might suck. I don't like things here, now. But that isn't to say that I hate things everywhere, or that life will continue to be terrible. So, yeah, just looking at things like that, trying to turn them into trays or things that people might like. Also thinking about just turning them into foils so that I can put them on trays without having that be the blank. Honestly, that's what I should do. Thank you. Good idea. You're right. Yes, fantastic idea. A+ effort. Yes, thank you. That's just me talking to myself and hyping myself up and, telling myself that I'm great. You heard all of that, but whatever. If I just get a tray that is the shape and size that I want, that can withstand foils of a certain size, then I can make a generic tray with all the things that I want to say on any given day. Because making foils, once I figured out how to do it, not too bad. Not too bad of a process. Foils for resin. Because this is how it's done. No, this is not how it's done. Back. Or is it? Wait. Yeah, no, this isn't it. Yeah. We're gonna turn off the music so that you can hear. Pause. Then we open up this window and go back. Why is it so soft? Pause. Boop. Gonna turn it up so you can actually hear what's happening. Can you hear it now? Is this too loud now?
Today we will be learning how to make foil inserts to put into resin and how to
Thank
make
you.
custom
Thank you for the
lettering to
feedback.
put in resin.
This is the
Custom lettering, the
process,
first thing that
which
I
I
do
thought
is
was
go
really, it
into
was
Word,
intimidating because I
choose the
thought that
font
it was
I
going to
like.
be a really
This
hard
one is
thing.
Rainbow Universe, and then you can type in whatever you would like. For this example, I'm going to be typing in Welcome Home, and then personally I like to make the font bold and a little bigger so that it shows up easier when I foil it. Then personally I go to the snipping tool and I take a screenshot of whatever words that I'm trying to foil. And I do this so that I can make the words kind of positioned in the exact way I want. So I'm saving it here, and then the program I use is Leonardo because I have a Windows computer, and I'm going to go ahead and import that image, the one that I took with the snipping, and I'll go ahead and import it here. Once it's imported, I eliminate the background and I use this magic tool to select all the white and erase all of the white. And doing this means that there won't be a background of my image now. Once that's done, I take the second word and I
Yeah, it's the shiny
move
word
it so
stickers.
that it is in a position that I think is a little more
Because they're not
aesthetic.
stickers, they're
And then
actually,
once that is done, I can go ahead and
they're
export
foil
this image
on top
so
of a
that I
sheet
can
of
get it ready
plastic.
to foil.
Yeah, they're not it's not even, there's no adhesive on it. It's actually plastic.
Once I have it exported, I go ahead
Acetate
and go back to
sheets.
Word and I import that image. And the reason why I like to do this is because, like I said, I think that this looks more aesthetic than the way that you can format in Word. And then I will go ahead and pull that image to the
Aesthetic.
front so that it's easier for me to move around and position on the page. And I'm going to go ahead and make it the size that I want. So for me specifically, when I make foils, I pull the margin in to be only 6 inches wide because my foil sheets that I use are only 6 inches wide, and it becomes too hard to get a good foil when you have to use 2 sheets at a time, in my opinion. So this is what I do. I keep the image within those 6 inches. And what I'm doing here is adding other images that I have purchased the rights to, or at least purchased the rights to make foils for myself. And I am adding these images in so that when I make the foil sheet, I have a bunch of different foils and the sheet is obviously full instead of wasting foil because I only used one little part of it.
I've never thought about changing the margins to fit the foil. It makes sense that, because like what she said is true. It's hard when you're trying to make a foil with multiple sheets. But I also, instead of trying to think about the size of the foil, was thinking of the size of the plastic so that the plastic didn't get wasted. Because
once you have the entire page
right
formatted,
from here, this is what she has to do.
Print to your LaserJet printer onto the transparency sheet, and the transparency sheet can go in your printer just like normal paper. Once the paper is ready, you will go ahead and put your foil on top and smooth it over with a card. Try to use something that's smooth and won't scratch it, and then feed it into your laminator on 5mm. Once it's done, you can go ahead and pull back the top of the foil and you will have your pretty foil inserts ready to cut up and put inside.
Bingo bango, just like that.
Thank you so much for listening to my tutorial.
Just like that. So like if you have images that you want, if you have a printer that's a LaserJet printer as opposed to an inkjet printer, and you have a laminator, you can make foils. Which is like fucking insane. I really thought it was a more complex process. But from here, right, like, or rather, a lot of what she had to show us was formatting so that it could be printed. But then from there, you print it, you put foil on top, and it has to be heat reactive foil because you're putting it through a laminator, which is just something that is a heater. And the only reason that they're using a laminator is because the machine that is sold for like making foils and working with heat reactive foil is like 3 times as expensive, and all it's doing is the same process as a laminator, applying heat to the object. So people realized they could stop buying that and buy a laminator and get the same effect because you just need the heat and heat reactive foil. And for some reason, the heat reactive foil adheres well to the toner of the print. So then you just have foils, and that also explains why when you buy foils, the back is black. It never really occurred to me as to why the back was black. It just was, and I accepted that. But it's black because it's the toner that isn't adhered to foil. You can just see it through the paper, what's it called, acetate. So yeah, and then because I learned I could do that, I started doing it. Oh no, okay, yeah. So I started getting SVGs for things. I didn't get this one, but I got one that was from them. Great things never come from great things never come from comfort zones, which I thought was a good thing to remind myself of. So I got that SVG, which, because of the way that they say it, or the way that they give, what's it called, permissions, they don't have anything on any of it here, which is wild. Usually, oh yeah, all rights stay with them, so you may not resell the file, share with others, or claim as your product. But they don't say anything about the physical things that you make from it. So that's how you kind of know what you can do and can't do with somebody's SVGs. Because you never know. Some people, you can make as many files for personal use, and then you can't use it for commercial. There's some people that have licenses where you can do commercial up to a certain number, but after that you have to do a different license or something. But either way, I was looking for SVGs that I didn't have to worry about licensing when I was printing them. But I also really like this font, so at some point I got the font for this as well so I could make other things in this font myself. And then, right, the process was really straightforward. You type words or you find pictures and you put them in a file that can be read and printed. And then you have, well, and then you don't have, but you're damn near close to having foils. It's 7:30. I've been talking for another 30 minutes. Where's my phone? Ooh. My partner's gonna be like, so are we eating or or ooh we damn, damn, damn. Well, well, I'm gonna say goodbye now because if I don't, I'll find other ways to keep talking. And I do have to get ready. I need to go eat food. Um, eh, but thanks for stopping by, everybody. I hope the rest of your night goes well. I think it'll be. I don't know what we're eating for dinner, but I'm hoping it's something good. Um, that's what you think is like a low bar, but sometimes things are not good. But um okay, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow cuz I got to finish the things I didn't do today. Um and I don't know when I'll start, but it'll happen. It'll happen. Okay. Goodbye everybody.